there, folks. It's Jimmy Stewart here. I'm hoping this is finding you all doing well. In today's video, we're going to do a little Monday Mustang mashup. Had a lot of people asking me, Jimmy, since you got the Classic Vibe Squier Mustang a couple of weeks ago, how does that compare to your old-time favorite, the IYV Inyen Vina Mustang hybrid? And I call it a hybrid for a couple of reasons that we'll get into a little bit later. Or even your Cyclone, the Paranormal Cyclone from Squier. Aren't they all kind of the same? Don't they all sound kind of the same? And, you know, they might, but I don't think so. I think they all have their own little flavor. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to listen to them and compare them to each other. So let's get to it right now. Okay, so if you've been following the channel for any length of time here, folks, you'll know that the Inyen Vina Mustang, the ISMF-200 VW. This is in vintage white. This is their Mustang version, and I call it a Mustang hybrid because although it is in a Mustang body, it does have the flare-outs, the belly cuts, and the arm cuts similar to a Jazzmaster or a Jaguar. It looks just like one, but it also has not a Mustang type of tremolo arm. It's got more of a Jazzmaster arm with the strings behind the bridge using a TOM here and the floating vibrato type of bridge that you'll find on a Jazzmaster. This has got a Jatoba fingerboard, 22 fret, 24-inch scale, whereas the Classic Vibe Mustang is a Indian Laurel board, 22 fret, 24 scale, and the Cyclone is also a Indian Laurel fretboard with 22 frets and a 24 5 scale, similar to a Gibson. So they are slightly different, and obviously the Cyclone is a 3-pickup slanted Alnico 5 pickups with a sort of Jazzmaster type of switching system or Jaguar switching system, and the Mustang, the Classic Vibe Mustang, the dual Mustang Fender-designed Alnico 5 pickups. And this has got the CNC Destiny wound, which is the house brand pickups from IYV, and they're very, very nice. These are also Alnico 5 slanted type of pickups. The biggest difference between this and the Classic Vibe is that this has got simply the on and off switching for the pickups. They don't have the phasing in and out like you'll find on the new Classic Vibe 60s inspired Mustang that I just picked up a couple of weeks ago. But you'll also remember that I love this guitar, and I love the way this thing plays, and this was the least expensive guitar. Not only the least expensive guitar out of the three, obviously the Squier is much more money, but this particular guitar, when I bought it, was like $117 or $120. You cannot get this currently, but it is coming back. And when it comes back, IYV, Inyen Vina Guitars, has decided to change their headstocks. They're kind of going with more of a hook type look on here. Again, I think they were concerned with problems with Fender. So they're all new models are being released. This is the ISMF-200 VW, as it was called when you could get these. It's now being changed to an ISMF-250. As far as I know, the only change to this guitar that's coming is the change in the headstock. Everything else, I believe, is going to be staying the same. So this is a cool guitar. This has got nice, bright pickups on it. I like the sound of it. So I'm just going to play it here very quickly. I'm going to take any delay off and any reverb off and just straight patch through the Monoprice 15 here. This is with both pickups on. I'm going to go to just a neck. just the bridge. Now I'm just going to put a little bit of my delay back and a little bit of my reverb back. Back to both pickups on. And with a little bit of grunt. Just a neck. Just the bridge. So it is a very cool guitar. Now, weight-wise, when I've weighed this thing, you'll see it up here on the screen, this is actually the heavier of the three, which is interesting. This has got a poplar body, as does both of these guitars, but it has just a little bit more weight to it, as I'll show you there. I also double-checked all the nut widths on this particular one. On the nut, you can see it listed here. They list it as a 42, not quite, but it's very, very close. And also at the 12th fret, you'll see the distance that I measured this. Now, this has got a 14, well, it's the standard Asian radius of 350 millimeter. When you work that out in inches, it comes out to around 13.78. So it is flatter. It feels thinner in your hand than the other two, because the other two, although they're all modern C necks, they are a 9.5 radius. So you've got a more beefy, rounded neck than you'd have on this. This is more flat, so it does feel thinner. Very cool guitar. When they come back from Inyen Vina guitars, hopefully by around January on Amazon, check them out. I'm not sure what the price is going to be at that point. I doubt if there'll be that 120 price point like I got mine for a couple of years ago. But check it out, because this is really a very nice guitar. And if you're into the Mustang type of bodies, again with a cutout, belly cut and type of arm cut that you're familiar with on a Jazzmaster or a Jaguar, the body is very, very comfortable. It's just a great playing guitar. Tuners hold very, very well. It's got a satin neck finish, maple neck. Can't be beat, in my opinion, folks. Again, if you don't care about the phasing on a Mustang like the classic Vibe, and you just need on and offs, you could actually change these if you wanted to. You'd have to do some routing here to put a three-way switch in on both of these and a little bit of rewiring. But you can be done. People have done it. And you wanted this particular guitar, go ahead and go for it. I know that Harley Benton, I think they have a guitar, what is that model number? It's the MS-60 or something. That's very, very similar to this. In fact, I think Inyen Vina actually manufactures that guitar for Thomann, Harley Benton, and their plant in Vietnam. It looks almost identical. It's a bit more wider. And of course, Harley Benton uses their in-house pickups to their specifications, and they use the Roswells. But their Roswell Alnico 5s that they have in this, and the guitar is basically identical. Might be a little wider, okay? Of course, the Harley Benton badge on it, but I can almost guarantee if that says Made in Vietnam on it, it's coming from the Inyen Vina plant there in Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam. All right, so let's move on. Let's check out the brand new Squier Classic Vibe 60s that I just picked up, the Mustang from Fender Squier. So here's the Classic Vibe 60s Mustang from Fender Squier that I just recently got. All right, so let me go ahead and take the delay off of there and the reverb mix off of there and go straight in. This is both pickups on and in phase. This is just the neck. Now just the bridge. Now you should automatically hear the difference between that guitar and this guitar. That guitar is brighter, a little more trebly sounding. However, this guitar is a lot more louder. I haven't touched any of the controls on the amp and or the patch that's being sent through. Just higher output on the Alnicos on this particular guitar than they are on the Mustang, the Inyen Vina Mustang. So that was just the bridge. Now I'm going to bring the two sliders towards each other, and that brings it out of phase. That sounds almost the same as the Mustang, but not quite. But you can see that volume level come down in the out of phase. Now the difference obviously on this has got a true Mustang tremolo on it with the barrel bridge, and that's the type of pivoting type of bridge that are put on these particular models. Again, it's a poplar body. This weighs slightly less than the IYV, and I'll show you up here on the screen, as you can tell. Again, this has got an Indian laurel fretboard, and I also did measurements of the nut and 12th fret. This is a modern C neck. Here is the look at the nut. Again, they're advertised as 42. It comes very close, if not spot on. And of course, the measurements at the 12th fret. This has got a gloss back neck on it with vintage tuners, which are different than this. Tuners seem to be working very, very well. They both have the bone nut and all that kind of thing. The difference on this particular Mustang, though, the 60s Classic Vibe series, is this does not have the contours. So there's no belly cut on the back of this like you have on the Inyen Vina Mustang hybrid, nor does it have the arm cut. Body style is the same, Mustang style body. Different type of bridge system and tremolo system. And this has got vintage slotted tuners as well. Little snot on it. Now we're going to go in phase. just the bridge. Just the neck. I'm going to go back clean. Little reverb, little delay. So you can tell the difference between the two of these guitars. This particular guitar has a little bit higher output Alnico 5 pickups. Plus, if you go into the phasing or the out of phase position on this, sounds pretty close to the Inyen Vina model, in my opinion. Let's move on to the Paranormal Cyclone and see what kind of differences that might have. Now the Cyclone is more of a mishmash of different models from Fender. This has got a body borrowed from a Mustang, but you've got that cutout here, the arm cutout, and of course the belly cutout on this. It's got a Strat type of tremolo using your trem block and springs in the back. And this has got the same style neck as the CV Classic Vibe Mustang here. Neck feels very, very similar. They're both 9.5 radiuses. They both have that rounded, and of course the gloss on the back. But you got 3 pickups on this particular guitar, and you have simple on-off switches set up very similar to a Jaguar. So right now, I am in the neck and the bridge positions. I have both of those particular pickups on. The middle is currently off. Let's take the reverb and the delay completely off. I'm going to put all 3 pickups on. That's interesting. I'm going to go just the middle. Just the neck. And then just the bridge. Just the bridge sounds pretty close to the Inyen Vina guitar. But again, I think these are a higher output Alnico 5s in this particular guitar, so it is louder with nothing else being changed, just the volume of the guitars. Now, I've had all the volume and tone all the way up on all 3 as I've been playing. I'm going to put my delay back on here just for a second. Very cool. That was just the neck. Now I'm going to add the bridge to it. And then all three. Interesting. So as you can see, I hope, or hear anyway, I'm getting lots of different tones from three guitars that are quite similar basically in how they're made, how they're set up, how they're designed to sound, but all three I think are pretty distinctive. Of course, the price differences in them are considerable. $120, but I don't know what the new price is going to be. $440, get it on sale for $419. $449, get it on sale for $399, $400. Again, pretty much almost three times the price between that particular guitar and these, depending on how you catch them on sale. Now, I got that one used like new for $250, so you couldn't beat that, and I think I paid around $289 for this on sale when Fender had their sale going on. They still have a sale going on, but it's not quite that price. I think they're $399 on sale at Fender right now. So a considerable difference, three times the difference. Depends on what you're looking for. In my opinion, right now, folks, right now when Inyen Vina comes back with this particular guitar, again, they're changing the model number. It's going from an ISMF-200 to an ISMF-250 VW, vintage white. That headstock will change a little bit. They're putting in a little bit more of a hook into it, I guess, to, again, so that Fender doesn't give them any issues. They're doing that with all their Fender designed or Fender styled models. They're changing that headstock. It's going to look similar, more similar anyway, to the monoprice type of headstock with a bit of a beak, a little bit of a hook. And again, for the money, I think this particular guitar is a bargain if you can find yourself one. If you can find one of these, or you can wait until Inyen Vina comes out with the new ISMF-250 model, grab yourself one as long as the price hasn't gone crazy, which I don't think it will. If you like short scale, Mustang style body, 24 scale, Mustang kind of sounding with a little bit of brightness to it, because it does have some brightness to it. Got a nice sounding. Now you can see when I took that bridge pickup and bring it off, it actually increased the volume of the neck pickup. Three very interesting guitars, three different guitars, three similar guitars. So if you're in the market, folks, for a short scale, Mustangish sounding type of guitar. Either one of these three I think would be right up your alley. This one, again, kind of hard to get a hold of right now. You might find one used. You might find one that's selling on Reverb. You might find one of the people that has one or has two that wants to get rid of one. Look around. The Classic Vibe is currently on sale from Fender, but again, if you search around, you might be able to find a better price or picked up one used. And of course, the Cyclone's on sale for $399 on Fender right now. But again, if you look around, you might find a better price. Grab yourself one of these when you see it come back available from Inyen Vina Guitars, okay? Again, not sure what the price will be, but it shouldn't be anywhere close to the Squier pricing. And if you can pick up one of these for $170 and under, even $200 and under, I think you'd be making a very wise choice from Inyen Vina Guitars. Again, it's a sleeper guitar. Not many people that owned other Inyen Vina guitars know much about this one, and I think this was one of their better guitars, and it was one of their least expensive. Okay, folks, so just wrapping it up for today. I really do appreciate you stopping into the channel. Thank you so very, very much for all the subscribers coming over. If you are still on the fence about subscribing, however, that's right. Come on over to the good side. We would love to have you on board here on the channel. Until next time, folks, it's Jimmy Stewart saying so long. Please take care of yourselves. Please stay safe. Please stay healthy. And we'll talk to you all again very, very soon. Bye-bye for now.